Let's go. 5 in 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Check on my YouTube side here. And we're good to go right there. All right. All righty there. Happy New Year. So we're just finishing up 2021. Just a few more hours here in the Central Time Zone, where I live in right along the mighty Mississippi River in East Central Iowa. How about that? Yeah, we're always working our New Year's. We're working from the East Coast to the West Coast, and everybody should be all having it. So hope everybody's having a happy New Year so far. Hopefully everybody's staying safe, staying home. No social gathering. Probably it's best we all stay home during this COVID situation. Having a little mixed drink tonight to kind of celebrate the New Year's, and I'll be going to a can of beer later, possibly. And that. So, oh wow, what the year 2020 was, even on this channel and other channels, also on main channel, we had be creative on our content out there on a lot of stuff. I had some good rants this year, too. On top of that, I had some good mega rants earlier this year, and basically that was it. So happy New Year's, everybody, and hopefully we're going to see some possible changes down the line here in 2021. Some is going to be involving with the internet. Just be aware with your things going on with the internet. New internet laws are going to go in effect. I think they said January 2nd. Usually January 1st, new laws goes in effect, but I guess some laws are going in later to see how it works out. But it's going to be some new laws going in. Hi, Brandon. How you doing? Yeah, there's going to be some new laws concerning the internet, especially when it comes to cyberbullying, and also it comes down to the swatting end, basically. And of course, the doxing end will have some other issues, but anything with the swatting, now the person who falsify a SWAT to get somebody on YouTube or Twitch or other live stream gets swatted and want them swatted. And if the person is 100% innocent of all charges, then the charges comes back on the caller. It's making the caller responsible. Like, you know, how people falsified 911, how so many people falsified 911 calls. In order to cut those calls, the non-emergency calls or non-threatening calls, you know, some that should never been called in the first place are now holding people accountable. You're looking at possibly if someone is cleared of all SWAT, if the person is getting swatted, is cleared of all charges, is cleared 100% of all charges, then the charges can reflect on the person who calls, and they'll figure out who's calling. And right now they're training the dispatchers to get more information from the caller, including where they're calling from. So they have to provide an address. Last time I called 911, when I called 911 myself, because we had an emergency crisis here, I had to verify the address with my address. So let's say when I had that fire here at the apartment on the main channel a couple years ago, I had to provide my current address, and my neighbor's address was right below us who had the fire. Basically, just to verify the address that the caller is coming from. Basically, that's all it is. Just verify where the caller is coming from. So they could not. Basically, comes down to is this: if you're calling to SWAT somebody, and if you don't live within the vicinity of that person that you're calling against and really hate and really dislike, because you want a thrill, you want to see something live happen, like someone getting shot and killed while in a live stream, basically. It's it's come down to where the information is coming from. If you give out an address that is false, then the dispatcher will warn the caller to say, "You want in this call now, because right now the address doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't come up on our records. There's no such address. You want to continue this call because right now you're facing you can face legal issues in that. So that's why they're trying to get as much information as possible in a short amount of time, especially in emergency crisis when there's real emergencies taking place. Basically, when real emergency takes place, what the police and fire is doing, they're on a bogus call, a total bogus call. So we cannot. So be responsible when you make those calls. If you're going to be calling on somebody, you just best that let the local audience, let the local neighbors handle the situation with that person you don't like if they're screaming and yelling and all that stuff. And we get plenty of those here on YouTube and that. So it's okay to criticize them, but don't make those calls. The last time I was had a check welfare. This is a true story. Over on the main channel, I was trying out a new cell phone, and I didn't end the video prop. I didn't know how. I didn't close the video out properly. I didn't close out the video. I just put the camera in my pocket, and somebody from omitted that they called from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, to our local law enforcement. And our local law enforcement did verify the call, but they went and checked welfare anyway because it was live on YouTube. So they'll just check welfare to see if everything's okay, which everything was okay. It was not a swatting. It was just a check welfare. I just tell the officer I forgot to turn off my live stream, basically. I forgot to hit that X on my cell phone to close the live stream. That's what I did on my cell phone. So you can go back and check that video out yourself, how it just abruptly ended. And just, I guess I said a word I shouldn't have been said anyway, but it was trial by error. It does happen here on YouTube. It does happen. So just be aware of that. When the screen goes black and they're talking, there's one or two reasons. They don't want to show you the identities or their whereabouts and all that because they're afraid they're going to get swatted. That's why I watched one live stream just turn off the camera. It was just black, just went black because they're afraid that they're going to reveal the identification, where they're at, and they're afraid that someone's going to call the cops. And if it does, it's false. It could be false information and that. And YouTube does. I mean, law enforcement does watch some of these channels, but not all these channels. And I do admit I do have law enforcement that watch our main channel too. So even we have, as YouTube creators, we have to be extra careful of what we do. Hey guys, like rocking chair, I forgot to mention on the last live stream we did on this. We got Angie and I. We broke down and got this. We treated ourselves to a Christmas gift, so we got a nice rocker recliner. So I better stop doing it because you guys will get seasick in there. So I know there's probably a lot of live streams going on out there right now, just trying to find our audience. I'll probably be on for a while, up to New Year's. I don't know if I'll be up till the Central Time Zone New Year's or not. It all depends what kind of mood I'm in, basically, and that. So, what do we got plans? Like I said, be aware of what's going on as YouTubers. We as content creators, we gotta be more cautious once again of what content we do. We have to watch how we criticize and how we have an opinion on other channels, because they're going to be cracking down. I know there's a lot of ranters out there. They are deleting their videos because of the language they're using, calling people's names, all that good stuff. They're just afraid that they could face fines and jail time because they're really cracking down on cyber crimes here on the internet and that. So it's this the cyberbullying is going to come to. It's not going to come to a total end. It's just that they're going to start making examples on a lot of people who likes to cyberbully, the people who likes to do the swattings, and a lot of people, and some of the YouTube creators that criticizes by using hate speech, basically. So it's something that we creators here on Chuck Chats, we have to watch of what kind of language we use against other creators. Get to say, hey, this creator could have more potential if they went this direction, or even this channel could have more potential. Right now, our main thing right now is our daily lives. We have a daily lives channel. Angie has something with Bath and Body and other odd videos and that. And I do a lot of ranting on this channel. This is my rant channel. This is why I'd like to do all my rants on. It's sometimes I get some good rants going. Unfortunately, like I said, we're not going to get the view numbers, but we will get views one way or another. And a lot of people do watch this on a later time. I do aware of that. So at least I'm taking everything in stride. If I have one person watching, guess what? I'm entertaining that person right now. If I'm entertaining you guys later, as you're watching this on a repeat, have at it. Have fun and that. So if you guys, I know I don't have anybody watching, but leave it down in the comments down below what you guys got planned for this New Year's. I know we got plans coming up this summer. We have not gone to total details on it yet, but it's going to be something big, and it's going to be something huge. I just got to make some connections and contact some people. Hopefully, there's still a goal, but it's still early. We're still good. We're good 6.5 months away from this trip I'm planning to take to California and that. So it's going to be a fun time and that. So excuse me for a second. I'll have you guys look at another way here, and I'm just going to mute myself here real quick here. So let me mute. I got to do something. You guys like the fish tank over there? Yeah, just cleaned it out a couple days ago. Really needed it. Okay, back. I just had to honk my nose. That's all. I'm just gonna sit here, just kind of relax. Just kind of chatting away. I'm just gonna see what kind of changes we're gonna see. New laws, like I said, new laws going into effect on the internet. It's not going to affect just YouTube. It's going to affect Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, anything that's online that you guys do. There's going to be a lot of changes, especially when it comes to, like I said, the swatting in, the cyberbullying, and all that stuff. They're going to start making some examples on some people. Just be aware of these laws going into effect. Sometimes the media even tell you what new laws are going to affect. So just be aware. It's a new year, new laws goes in effect, and it's not gonna. Some of these will be disputed at the Supreme Court for freedom of speech, but they're trying to crack down on hate speech. They're trying to crack down on cyberbullying, cyber crimes, and all that stuff. And one thing they're really cracking down is they're really. I know this is on other channels that always get swatted a lot. I said in the since the 2017, 2018 incident where someone called 3,000 miles to get someone swatted and ended up killing an innocent person. And that person right now who made that call is facing 20 to 25 years behind bars for manslaughter with use of law enforcement to carry out the thing. Because remember, when you call somebody and somebody gets swatted, you gotta remember those law enforcement, they're trigger happy. They will shoot. They shoot now, shoot to kill, ask questions later, and that's what swatting does basically. So if someone comes knocking in, crashing down the door, we don't have time to react. If you watch the swatting videos, you watch all the people who has really no time to react because one wrong move, they're dead. basically. And for someone who's a jerk, who's a troll, who's the ultimate troll of all trolls, just finds it entertaining for them because they don't have nothing else better to do. They're jealous in that. So basically, every dislike that I see here on YouTube, doesn't matter if it's on this video or all the videos that I watch. Anybody who dislikes a video and doesn't have the guts to even says why they don't like this video, how can you critique the video if you don't say what's wrong with the video? They just put what they call the hate like, the hate. Basically, the thumbs down I see on YouTube is basically what they call the hate button. Basically, that's what a lot of people sees it as, is a hate button. And that I only got one dislike, so, and that's probably someone who just came in, did the hate, and left. And I see that all the time. I'm pretty sure YouTube will adjust these numbers too, because they didn't give a total view or something like that. So. Oh man, that's good stuff right there. I'm just gonna see who's all on tonight. I don't know why. No big deal there. Probably see who's on here. Just nothing going on. I think it's YouTube's kind of dead for Boyd. Don't know if Rosie will go on tonight or not, but unless she went on one of her other channels, she may went on one of her other channels, possibly. So we'll check and see if she went over there. Yeah, I think Rosie went a couple times on her other channel. Yeah, she went on. Yeah, she just went on to another. She did another. She did a live show on another channel, so she's on to see somebody. So, and that. So, who else is on? Like I said, I don't watch those two channels anyway. Okay, someone else is on. He's got 90 views over there, so that's where most of the people is probably out right now. Basically, so good for that. So, anybody else is on? Nope. That's it. It's except for a couple channels out there. Otherwise, it's dead on the small channel end. Basically, so it's all dead. So, okay. Hey, Toys for Twats, how you doing? Happy New Year. Okay, I was just kind of doing checking out other channels here. So, yeah, I was just checking out other channels there. Okay. Yeah, Happy New Year's. Anything new out there in Boston area? I don't know. I was just checking out other channels here, see who's all on. And yeah. What they got planned for Truck Chats? Just kind of what I got for a rant coming up, possibly. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that could do better. I know our channel could always do better. This channel could always do better. But hey, that's the goal to have in that. Same old stuff here. All right. Hopefully we got something new here coming on. There's some new laws going into effect when it comes to the internet with cyberbullying and swatting. So I know a lot of people be aware of that. So just we'll see what goes out, see who's going to be first ones who makes the example, who gets the example of in that. What I got planned for the main channel is going to be something awesome, and I just got to work on some details. You probably hear me talking about it over there on the Angie and Chuck show, over on the main channel. It's going to be a big summification, and right now it's just we're 6.5 months away from that. Hard to believe. We're 6.5 months away from it. Our big California trip via Amtrak. Get a car rental, go around the LA area, Southern California, and maybe if time permits, maybe swing by to see if we can meet up with Rosie O'Kelly or not, to see what happens. I just gotta contact her if she's good. If not, we'll just spend a couple more days around LA, or maybe spend one extra day in Las Vegas. Oh yeah, we will be hitting Las Vegas on the way home. Viva Las Vegas! Yeah, we're gonna plan to hang out around the strip area, and that I gotta watch how I do the videos too. I can't edit videos for some reason. The editing software that I have, even the new update I just got, will not allow me to edit videos more than 41 and a half minutes long. I got to keep those videos under 41 minutes and under, for some reason, because it will not render beyond that point, because it just stops rendering. It just stops rendering that part. It just drives me nuts. So I'm going to try to find a editing software that allows me to edit an hour-long video if need to. But if not, I know how I'm going to film the Amtrak trip, because I watched past Amtrak trips on here on YouTube. I'll just add my twists and turns on it, and just basically our experience on the train, with some sightseeing along the way. And that, so I just gotta make sure the clips are relatively short but meaningful. That's what I gotta do, and I gotta make sure every clip on that Amtrak trip that we got planned means something, because it's gonna be. We're planning to do all 3 days in one video. I'm planning to do that, but I just gotta do some I gotta do some. I gotta do some editing tests to see if I can edit a 40-minute video and render it with another 40-minute video, and see how I can come up as one whole video, because I really need to have a video to be at least an hour long, at least an hour to an hour 20 minutes long, to make it work out. If I'm going to do all 3 days in one video, basically, otherwise I'm going to have. If I can't do it, I'm going to have to do it in parts, and I'm just going to take a hit in views, basically. But it's something that if I have to do, I will have to do it then. And that's all. Oh yeah. Uh, we're almost in Eastern time zone, counting down the way uh, for the New Year's. Hope everybody will have a. Actually, how many people already threw away their New Year's resolution already? I didn't. Every time I plan one, I must just throw it away. Doesn't mean it doesn't do me any good. I do have a weight issue myself. I'm not really what you call. Uh, I'm not really what you call ripped. I'm just fat and overweight myself. I do admit I do have a weight issue myself. Uh, Actually, I'm believe it or not, people don't look. People will look at me and say, "Chuck, you don't weigh 300 pounds." Yes, I weigh about 325 pounds, and I'm about 11 pounds heavier going into the New Year's than I did last year. So I really got to work on my weight issue. I got to get that weight down, because it is affecting my health in a way. It's affecting how I breathe. It's just too much meat for the small frame I have. I have really a small frame, and I can feel every step I take. If you notice on my main channel, I'm just doing a lot of huffing and puffing. If you notice in recent videos, from my original starting videos to today, how I'm just taking that deep breath, trying to get that breath in. And no, it's not COVID on that, because I had this breathing problems every time I gain weight, when I get massive weight gains. And every time I lose weight, my breathing gets a lot easier, because it's less pressure on my ribs cages, it's less pressure on my lungs, and it's just more easier to breathe. Whereas we don't have that weight. Just ask anybody who is obese, who's terribly obese, how they're short-winded, how they can't catch their breath, how they get so tired so easy. Basically, And we know all these people here on YouTube already. You can list a whole bunch of names if you want to right now. Uh, they're having problems with their because of their weight and that. And of course, we got to have food, but then we don't really need to eat every day. I'm down to basically myself just to try to keep that weight down. I'm just down to maybe a very light breakfast, maybe a very light lunch, and dinner is really somewhat on the heavy side. But sometimes I'll have what I call I'll do my dinner because of my other outside of YouTube commitments. Sometimes I'll have my dinner, then I'll just have a light snack before I go to bed or something like that. And exercise. Everybody knows over on my main channel, I love to do walking videos. Edited walking videos is fine for me. Sometimes I don't like to do a live stream because of my breathing issues and that. So excuse me here. But it's just one of those things that happens. That's one thing I have to really focus on this year is get my weight down. Get it down so it's more acceptable. I was at last year when I was doing my weight loss. I was doing my weight loss. I was down. I started at last year during the first of the year. I started at 314 pounds. I worked it down to about 264.5. And I found out I breathe a lot easier. I was able to do more walks and I was able to do more stuff. But then something happened. The stress levels came back. When I get stressed out, when I get what I call depressed. When I get depressed, I start eating. I start eating like a pig, and that. So, how you doing, Emily? Oh, sorry about that. Cook more at home. Yep, that's right. Cook more at home. A lot of vegetables. I need fresh vegetables in my diet. I need also fresh fruits in my diet too. Fresh fruits and fish also help. 167 Scott, how you doing? And that. So yeah, it's just get my weight down. Basically, I am going to be starting cutting back on my soda intake. I really got to focus on that right now because it's New Year's. I'm having Captain and Coke right now because it's New Year's. Today I went to the store instead of buying a case of beer. I just bought a 6-pack. When I'm done, I'm just going to be cutting back. Basically, I have to cut back. Going to my watering holes instead of going there, a couple times a week. Maybe go there maybe once a week. Maybe don't go as much. I like to socialize once in a while, but it's hard to do during this COVID situation and that. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's just something I really got to work on this year, and I really miss some golden opportunities to get out and take some decent walks. Basically, I like to do if I can get my StreamYards to work on my cell phone. I might go live on Chuck Chats on one of my. I'm thinking what I'm doing on the Angie and Chuck show, and that's our Data Life channel. We're thinking about going an IRL in real life streaming, and it may involve some walking videos possibly in our area. So that would be a possibility too. So yeah. I'll tell you what, I gotta go mix me one more. I'm gonna mix I got two more. Because I want to finish up those little tiny bottles because they're really tiny and we can lose them real quick. I'll be right back. Just give me a couple minutes here. I gotta refresh my glass, okay? Just sit here, admire this new rocking chair we got. This whole rocker love seat. We love it. Yeah, so. Like the movie Silver Streak, I became a miniature alcoholic. Oh, my fat gut is here. Is in the way. All right. Okay. Okay. Looking ahead into 2021. For this channel, our main channel, and Angie's channel. Well, the main channel, that's our daily life channel. It's gonna be basically the same old stuff, just around the apartment. Probably get a couple walking videos in. And if we get cold enough temperatures and the backwaters of the Mississippi River gets frozen solid enough on the channel, we might even don't drink sugar pop or alcohol. Yeah, I need a lot more water and unsweetened iced tea. Yeah, I really need cut out on the I have to cut back on the pasta too. I love my pasta once in a while. And yeah, so notifications on somebody else's channel. Okay. Yep. Okay, yeah. I really have to cut back on that because it really, really hurts. And that. So yeah, drink more water. I got a case of bottled water. We're going to have to look into that. If I even reduce my sugar intake, like 50%, I should be doing good on my weight loss. Just instead of having like 6 cans of soda a day, maybe cut it down to 3, and maybe cut it down to 2 bottles of water. It's not like cutting cold turkey. It's just reduce it down to. I remember the day when we used real sugar in the soda. When we actually used real sugar in the soda. Because right now they're using artificial corn sweetener, basically high fructose corn syrup. They use that, and that what makes people drink more because it's cheaper. That's why you always got free refills. When pop was made with real sugar, you couldn't get free refills. You had to pay a little extra to get a refill because they use real sugar. It was just more expensive ingredient in pop. That's why in camp, when I had pop and with using real sugar, I don't drink as much because it feels more heavier. Basically, it's a heavier soda. That's the way I see it, and I don't drink as much, and I really cut back on it. But they're hard. But they only make it when sugar crops are abundant. That's the only time they'll make it is when the sugar crops are at its peak of harvest and they have no other use for that sugar. So that's when they go back and make real sugar sodas, basically. So, oh man, like I said, I gotta cut back on this, but I got a couple mixed drinks and I gotta get them done and that. And I am cutting back on the alcohol too. So I really gotta cut back on the alcohol. Especially canned beer. I don't know. I didn't really want much of an issue when it comes to tap beer. I love my tap beer, but usually canned beer fills me up a lot quicker. Uh, Something with canned beer, because one thing I learned on the mill on one of my videos on the Angie and Chuck show when we toured the Miller Brewing plant up in Milwaukee back in 2017. Uh, One thing we learned when it comes to canned alcohol, bottled alcohol, and tap beer was can and bottle alcohol is pasteurized. Basically, it's pasteurized, and the keg beer is not pasteurized. It's chilled almost immediately. It's chilled. It's shipped cold. It's served cold. It's shipped cold. It's got to be stored cold. They don't pasteurize it, and to me, that's a better tasting beer, more of a real taste of beer versus the canned beer, where it seems like it's more. It feels like even it's the same beer. I couldn't drink Miller Lite either by can or by tap. It's the same beer, but it's just the process is making a little bit different. It has something to do with hands. They pasteurize it. I learned that up there at up at the brewing plant how they can and bottles are pasteurized, while kegs are not pasteurized. They're chilled immediately for immediate serving, and that's why uh, that's why can and bottle beer seems like it tastes. It just feels like it's more heavier, has more of a heavier taste. Versus, I could taste the difference between canned beer and tap beer. Tap beer drinks almost like water. Canned beer, it's almost like it's a little bit heavier, but you gotta drink it while it's cold too. You don't want it too warm too. So it's crazy how they do the brewing and that. So, but that was one of the secrets I learned. How the difference between tap beer, keg beer, and can and bottle beer. Can and bottle is pasteurized. Kegs are not pasteurized. That's basically it. And there is a slight taste difference between the two. If you're drinking enough beer, you should know the taste difference in that. So, uh, I know. There's, like I said, there's a lot of things that can be changing here on YouTube. Not just here on YouTube. Last year was the Copa deal. I did ranted on that about the Copa deal. That was the Children Online Privacy Protection Act. Uh, I did not hear a whole lot of channels got hit fines. I did have one channel claim they was going to get hit with a fine on an older video, but found out it never did. They won an appeal, so it never got fined. But I heard it would have been $42,000 per video fine. But then I heard fines up to $42,000. But I hadn't heard I have not heard word. A lot of channels, I know a lot of family channels had to adjust to a point that they could not allow comments on their videos. They could not promote their videos. It's hard to promote their videos. They really needed their audience to share their videos on other platforms, get the word out. Hey, this family has a new video out. Check it out. Blah blah blah, and all that stuff. And the monetization for those channels, they said it went down somewhat, but no big deal because most of them, believe it or not, still holds jobs, full-time jobs. And luckily, most of them went back to full-time jobs, just in case their monetization tanked or something like that, or their channel tanked because of lack of promotions and that, because of the Children Online Protection Act. I kind of find it hypocritical in a way where basically uh, when I get many political arguments saying why is it okay for politicians to use kids and children in political ads to gain political points for political gain, but yet you get mad at a family who has an ad promoting their family business, and you get bent out of shape, crying like a Karen or a Darren, uh, because a family is trying to keep a family business going with the family uh, because they want to use their kids to promote their business. And they say, well, they're using their own kids. It's not actors. They're using their own kids. And they're the heirs of that business, the way I see it. And when you see a family, let's say a car dealership wants to use their kid to promote a car sales or something like that. Uh, that kid is going to be the next heir of that business if they choose to go into that business. What happened was, I know a lot of people threw a hissy fit here in my own backyard. We're a big time car dealership that was in business for almost over 80 years. 80 years. It goes back to just when the Model T came out. This car dealership has been in business since the Model T. That's a long time. That goes back to the 1920s, guys and gals. But the car dealership was in the family for a long time. Almost nearly 80 years. Then recently in the last 10, 12 years, probably last I would say last 5 years, maybe the last 5 or 6 years. I know at least last 5. at least last 5, where the one dealership switched names, went from one dealership for almost 80 years in business to a whole new car dealership where one of the employees decided to buy out the other guy to continue running the same business, because the heirs, let's say the great grandkids of that business, decided not to go in one or use, went to other avenues, went to work someplace else, or had other life interests besides car dealerships and that. So when the car dealerships switched names, I mean, people went hissy fit. And when another car dealership decided to unify 2 other dealerships in town, to unify 2 or 3 other car dealerships under one umbrella, I remember people threw a hissy fit on that too. And that's where the internet can help a business. Internet can also hurt a business. That's why they're probably going to make new laws. If someone's life is affected by a hater out there on the internet, they can face charges on that. But it's going to go right to the courts. It's going to go to the Supreme Court regardless. We're going to hear cases on the Supreme Court when it comes to freedom of speech and hate speech. What's the difference between the two? And to this day, most politicians can't figure that out. If you threaten somebody here on YouTube, if you're even threatening somebody online, that's hate speech. If you actually threaten someone online, it's total 100% hate speech. Just criticizing somebody online is not hate speech. It's just somebody's opinion on that person, basically. So they say, Chuck, you're a bumbling idiot. You're a moron. You're a maggot. No big deal. That's your opinion. No threats. But if someone says, Chuck, I'm going to find you, I'm going to kill you, that is a threat right there. If someone says that, basically. And why would I threaten myself? That so. But yeah, that's the way it is. Even politicians can't figure it out, and unfortunately, some law enforcement can't figure it out. But hey, they're doing what the best they can. They're being told what to do when they get called, someone like that. Hey, you know what? It's almost New Year's on the East Coast. Less than a minute. And that the ball is about to drop, Chuck. Happy New Year. Yep. In the chat room. Yep. Happy New Year's, everybody on the East Coast. Yeah. We're about to drop the ball again. We always drop the ball on this channel. And us, of course, the Angie and Chuck show always drop the ball there. I mean, we're literally dropping the ball. I don't have no ball here to drop. Basically. I thought I had one. Thought I had one nearby, but I don't. I can't drop my ball. Okay, for the ones on the East Coast, I would say I can safely by now, Happy New Year's on the East Coast. Happy New Year's. And we're less than 1 hour away here in the Central Time Zone. How long I'm going to be on, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But it is New Year's on the East Coast. I've been hearing a couple fireworks shot off already here. And I'm on the Central Time Zone. And we got fireworks going off already for the Happy New Year's and that. I don't have the police scanner turned on because I had to unplug it to plug in this computer. So it makes sure I had enough power to use this laptop. Because I'm not on my desktop tonight. So I'm on my laptop here. What's everybody's new goals? Well, I bet you a lot of people's already ruined their New Year's resolutions already. Like I said, I dropped the ball already in that. Oh, man. Goes down smooth. And that. So hang on a second here. Let you go watch the fishies over there. See my fish tank over there? I got to do something real quick here. I got to mute. Yep, you got that right. 167 Scott. Goodbye to that damn 2020. Yeah, you got that right. Unfortunately, 2021 is off to where we left off in 2020. Under this COVID situation, lockdowns and all that stuff. Well, here in Iowa, we don't really have a lockdown yet. They just managed to ease the restrictions recently. That's why I'm not going out tonight. This is 2 years in a row where I technically did not even go out for New Year's Eve. I just didn't feel like going out. I just cannot take, for some reason, just cannot take loud music. And I just cannot take loud music and that. So I just can't take loud music. I just get a headaches. I just even get a headache just even talking about it. That's why I'm not hanging out. That's why I like when I go hang out my watering holes. I'm usually midday. Midday, when they first open up for lunch. Just go in, get a sandwich, and a cold one, and that's it. I'm good for the rest of the day. And if I do hang out, it's nothing later than try not to hang out there nothing later than 5 p.m. Because then it gets busy. That's when they turn on the jukebox and it gets real loud. And I just can't take noise too well. If I do go in, I don't go in there very long. I mean, it's just the noise level. I just can't take the noise level, basically. So I can go into a crowded baseball game, crowded venues like that, because it's more wide open and it's open air. So going to a back ballpark with a lot of noise, the sound rises up to the skies, so you don't really hear. It doesn't really that loud, but when you go into a watering hole like a bar or a tavern, and they got the loud music, worse yet, they have a live band playing. It's just the noise is confining. It's very loud. If you walk past a bar that has live music, if you hear that live music from 3 blocks away, as you approach the bar, it's going to be loud in there. And that I don't know how these bartenders even work those hours, but they do make good tips. But the problem is they'll be spending it on hearing aids as they get older, and that. So, but yeah, that's where. And of course, with the COVID-19, I don't know what the bar situation is. Here in Iowa, they cannot have more than 50% capacity as of right now here in Iowa. So it's only 50% capacity. Most of the bars in Illinois is still on shutdown. I think a lot of bars in California is completely still shut down. A lot of places are shut down due to COVID-19, just to prevent social gatherings and that. I kind of find it funny, just kind of funny, how politicians will now allow you to have a family gathering in some countries like Canada and some parts of the United States will now allow having family gatherings exceeding now 6 people or more. But yet, if you're a protester not a protester, protesters are peaceful. Peaceful protesters, no. It's the rioters and looters. Are basically just it's okay that they gather with by the thousands where they're rioting and looting. It's okay by them. It's under the politicians' eye. That's okay. That's gathering. That's approved. But a peaceful protest on the peaceful end it's not approved. But looting and rioting is. See, even the media doesn't know the difference between the two. To this day, the media does not know the difference between a riot and a protest. It's very different. A peaceful protest is what it is. It's just a peaceful protest. They verbally say what they do not, their grievances. They verbally against their grievances. They'll march and chant and say out what they verbally disagree with peacefully with no rioting, no looting. That's a peaceful protest. And that, but what the media calls rioting and looting, they're called a protest. Yep. When it comes to burning down the buildings, burning down the town, smashing store windows and all that stuff, and the politicians just, that's a protest. That's a good protest. And you know what I call that politician? An oxymoron. That's why I call that politician. And the media who promotes that, the difference between the two, they'll denounce as peaceful protests, but they'll promote the rioting and looting as real protests. The real they're just oxymorons. They're just egging on the problem because media is under one banner, one banner only. If it bleeds, it leads. Basically, they like to see that bloodshed. They like to see total destruction, hate mayhem, and all that stuff because that gives them the money, honey. That's how they make their money. And those reporters, those news reporters that makes it on national news, they're making well over a couple $1 million a year. And your local news guy is barely making $60,000, $70,000 a year. The local news guys is barely making $60,000 to $70,000 a year. But you go make that national news, you're guaranteeing about $4 to $5 to $10 million. Sometimes as much as $2 million every half hour. You're guaranteeing $2 million. So you can tell it's media is in it for the money. More money they make on that crap, the better, basically. So, I know somebody else came on today, and that. So I'm just gonna check out what's going on here. So, boom, yeah, let's do that. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to do much. A lot of live shows going on right now, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people is going to check those out. East Coast is on their Happy New Year's already. I think we're going to just wrap it up here in a little bit ourselves. But 2021, I'm hoping we have some good stuff coming on. We don't know what kind of rants we'll have on this and that. What I like to make it a goal this year is I want to get what they call a community debate. So you guys come on and debate. I should have put a link up there anyway. I decided not to. I don't know why I didn't do it when I peaked out about 5 people and that. But one of these days we're going to try to get together a true chat room, a true chat, because I think it will work to see what you guys think, so you guys not too busy typing out on the side chat or in the comments down below after this video goes live, after this goes through its rendering and that. So we'll see what happens. And that, I think I'm just going to call it a night already. I think I'm just getting tired. I had a bad day today. Things at my job didn't go well, so it didn't go well, but at least it finished up strong. That's what I was hoping. And that, so just kind of had a bad day. So I thought I'd just come on. I had a plan to come on to rant anyway, so it has nothing to do with the employment, just other stuff that I like to rant about too. What our channel is going to do, I don't know. Actually, Voight as we know it is probably coming to an end. We're all going to go on. Looks like we're all going to go on our separate ways. What it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. What do you guys think? That's all. I tell you what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut out of here. I'm going to do something. I'm going to go on my desktop over there. I'm going to go probably play a PC game before I go to bed or check out other videos. I don't know. We'll come back on a later date. Maybe tomorrow if I'm in the mood for it. We'll wait and see. Just all depends what I'm in the mood for. All right. All right, we're going to cut out of here. We're going to call it early night, basically. Like I said, with this COVID-19 going on, it's just, for some reason, we're all not feeling it this year because we're going into 2021 already stumbling with this COVID. Please like, share, subscribe, don't forget to subscribe button, notification bell. We'll see you guys later.